Hello and welcome. You're watching Don Bosco Media Network. This is Mona Lisa Rambai, bringing to you the Salesian news across the globe. Sierra Leone's capital is once again the scene of a major tragedy. A large fire that broke out Wednesday night near the suburb of Susan Bay, near Freetown Bay, destroyed more than 10 hectares of land covered in wooden shacks and poop and sheet metal. More than 500 of these homes are reduced to ashes and more than 5,000 people have lost everything, including more than 600 minors, boys and girls, beneficiaries of the socio-educational programs of the Salesian work Don Bosco Fambul. Salesians have already announced that their doors are open to welcome, help and protect especially children, adolescents and mothers with young children. We've lost everything. We got out as fast as we could as soon as we heard the cries, "To the fire, to the fire." We were on the street without food from that day and without knowing where to go, because I am the one who takes care of my grandmother, who is very old, says Yikane, one of the girls hosted at Don Bosco Fambul, and who, like hundreds of children, urgently needs help. On Friday, March 26th, the General Councillor for Social Communication, Don Gildasio Mendes, met a group of Salesian communicators from different regions of the Salesian world to continue the study of the 7th area of the animation and government project of the Rector Major and his council 2020 to 2026 called Technology, Information and Networking. The online meeting, coordinated by the Indian Salesian Don Ernest Rosario, was attended by Don Harris Buckham, Vatican, Don Ricardo Campoli, Argentina, Don Marius Johnny, Poland, Don John Paul Swaminathan, France, Don Javier Valiente, Spain, Don Jerome Quinto, Philippines, Don Donny Duchin, Philippines, Don Gigi Calavanal, India, Don P.T. Joseph, India, and Don Michael Makri, India. Initially, Don Mendes talked about how during this COVID-19 crisis communication took center stage all over the world and how evident its importance for families, education, business, religion is. In this sense, he stressed that Salesians are responding creatively and actively to the crisis generated by coronavirus through many educational, communication and solidarity actions undertaken in all the provinces of the world. During the meeting, each of the participants shared the digital projects in progress in their respective provinces and contributed concretely by indicating the necessary steps to be taken together to continue to advance and implement the digitization of Salesian communities and provinces. Don Juan Carlos Perez Godoy, councillor for the Mediterranean region, visited the specific training community of the Theologato di Torino Croqueta on Wednesday 24th and Thursday 25th March. The main purpose of this visit was the opportunity to make a more in-depth knowledge of this international institute dedicated to Don Bosco, who is currently preparing about 40 young Salesians from different provinces for the priesthood. The regional councillor, as president of the curatorium of this house, wanted to have a direct and personal knowledge of this important Salesian reality. Don Perez Godoy arrived in the early afternoon of Wednesday and met with the director, Don Marak Cherzan, his vicar, Don Andre Bozzolo, and the dean of the Faculty of Theology, Don Christian Bessi. Then, at 6 p.m., he attended a meeting of the training team and members of the House Council. He then took part in the solemn celebration of the 5 Vespers of the Annunciation, after which he offered the community a significant thought of the Salesian Good Night, emphasizing the importance of the formative stage of the Theologate. During the evening, the community expressed thanks to the regional councillor for his visit, with a small tribute and some singing in which Don Perez Godoy himself also participated competently. On March 3rd, the province Maria Santissima Assunta of Central Africa AFC had the joy of receiving the announcement of the appointment of its new superior, Father Guillermo Bassinius. While the following day he was able to learn about the entire new provincial council, in which the Rector Major, accepting the discernment carried out in the last 2 AFC provincial chapters, has now appointed a delegate for the provincial delegation of the East, which includes the communities of Goma, Bukavu and Uvira. Finally, on Friday, March 19th, on the solemnity of St. Joseph, joy reached its acme with the inauguration ceremony of Don Bassinius. The celebration, carried out in Regina Mundi Chapel of the Salesian Institute Imara in Lubumbashi, was attended by representatives of various branches of Salesian family, as well as several Salesians and novices. The Mass was presided over by the Regional Councillor of Africa, Madagascar, Don Alphonse Owodu, and also saw the presence of Monsignor Gaston Rovezi, Salesian Bishop of Sakania Kupushi, and Don Manolo Jimenez, Superior of the Visitors to Africa Congo ACC, arrived to take part the following day in the Curatorium of the Theological Student San Francisco de Sales and the Institute San Giovanni Bosco of Cansabula, but also for a fraternal visit to the Salesians of his jurisdiction. A lot of people cross the Mexican-US border every day in search for a better life. But not everyone has the same chance of social redemption. Of course, when you have a good upbringing behind you, everything is easier. This is the success story of Pedro Eduardo Valdez Sierra, a student of mechatronic engineering at the Don Bosco Technological Institute in Saltillo, Mexico, who obtained a working stay in California, USA. Thanks to an internship at the company Tesla, an iconic company in the most advanced engineering and technology sector. The boy today tells with satisfaction and gratitude about his experience and shares advice for all those who want to work and study at the same time. Working while studying is a commitment and requires a great responsibility. I thank the Don Bosco Technological Institute for supporting me and allowing me to have this great experience. Doing my internship abroad is a great experience, and here I can continue to get a great level of learning as well as the challenges to face, adds Pedro Ecuador. In the shrine of Our Lady of Rosanierstock, a particular way of the cross took place, prepared in the form of a passion staged by the children and young people of the Salesian oratory dedicated to Saint Domenico Savio of Rosanierstock. The young artists played the historical characters of the Way of the Cross and accompanied the 14 stations with songs. Each station was accompanied by a short biblical meditation enriched with songs performed by the scholar of Rosanierstock. The preparation was curated by the FMA, the animators, the head of the oratory, as well as scholar and his tutors. Parents and other people were also involved in the preparation, especially with regard to costumes and decorations. On March 27, Father Marcelo Farfan, Coordinator General of the Salesian Institutions of Higher Education IUS, visited the international community of the Salesian Postnovitiate St. Francis of Assisi in Quito. Currently, 17 provinces of the provinces of Bolivia, Ecuador, and Peru are being formed. The academic training takes place at the School of Philosophy of the Salesian Polytechnic University, UPS, which is part of the IUS. During the sharing with the Salesians of the community, Don Farfan presented the higher education sector of the Salesian congregation, talking about the challenges of accompanying young university students and the need to have Salesians capable of transmitting Salesian charism in the academic world. The UPS School of Philosophy welcomes students from various religious and even secular institutes who seek serious academic training that helps them to face their educational and pastoral tasks, especially in the Latin American context. Don Robert Gracia, director of both the training community and the School of Philosophy, underlined the importance of the intellectual dimension in the postnovice formative stage and thanked Don Farfan for the visit. Pope Francis presided over at the altar of the chair in St. Peter's Basilica, the solemn liturgical celebration of Palm Sunday and the Passion of the Lord. During his homily, Pope Francis invited the faithful in this Holy Week to look up at the cross to receive the grace of amazement. Let us start again from amazement. Let us look at the crucifix and say to him, Lord, how much you love me, how precious I am to you. Let us be amazed by Jesus to return to life, because the greatness of life lies not in having and asserting one another, but in discovering one another loved. This is the greatness of life, to discover one's loved one. And the greatness of life is precisely in the beauty of love. In the crucifix, we see God humiliated, the Almighty reduced to a waste. And with the grace of amazement, we understand that by welcoming those who are discarded, bring together those who are humiliated by life, we love Jesus, because he in the last, in the rejected, in those whom our Pharisaic culture condemns. Don Bosco Youth Services DBYS of the Salesian Province of Panjim INP organized the South Zonal Youth Day on March 21st at Don Bosco, Sulcorna, Goa. Salesian youth from Benolim, Fotorda, Sulcorna, Quepem and Lutolim participated at the Youth Day. Rector of DB Sulcorna, Father Bernardinho Almeida, celebrated the Holy Eucharist. Addressing the congregation, he spoke about the kintsu art, a Japanese art from repairing broken pottery by mending the breakage with lacquer dusted or mixed with a powdered gold or silver. Then Father Almeida passed around a rain-stated pot wherein the youngsters poured their brokenness. Father Edison, rector of DB Benolim, led the youngsters to reflect on the lockdown and pen down opportunities and the discouragements they faced. A heart-touching sharing refreshed them to move on beyond COVID-19 impact. The post-lunch session had a treasure hunt and relay games, keeping them on a competitive edge. The winning teams were honored by Father Ralin, Father Tino and Sister Pushpa. After group selfies, the youngsters bid adios, recalling the enjoyable day they had after a long time due to COVID-19 restrictions. Ricky Singh and 4 especially abled companions at Don Bosco Technical Institute, Okla, New Delhi are first-year students of graphic designing who communicate in sign language. What is more, they are delighted that even teachers and batchmates communicate in sign language, making life easier and happier. Don Bosco Institute offers them opportunities to excel in life. As Demosthenes said, small opportunities are often the beginning of great enterprises. Accompanying each other in the pursuit of learning, Singh and his companions have entered a new phase in their life, challenging their odds and turning the tide in their favor. Singh and his companions are an inspiration for all to remain positive with their God-given talents and abilities. Ricky Singh, who hails from Umalia district in Madhya Pradesh, said, "Though I am hearing and speech impaired, I am happy that God has gifted me with lots of other qualities and talents. It helps me to do things differently and grow together with other trainees of the Institute. I feel happy and I am proud to do this course at Don Bosco Technical Institute, Okla." Ricky passed his high school from St. Francis School from hearing impaired in Lucknow and has joined DBTI Okla, where opportunities are provided to needy youth to learn a trade and earn a living. The Institute has curricular and co-curricular activities coupled with input sessions for personal growth. So viewers, that is all we have for you today. Until we meet again, thank you for watching.